we transform into a construction company in the winter, almost, I may say, and then during the navigation season, we're out there making sure the goods flow through, into the Great Lakes.
The St. Lawrence Seaway is now officially open for the season. That means dozens of Canadian and U.S. ports spanning from Atlantic Canada to the western end of Lake Superior are now awaiting the return of ships bringing all sorts of goods from near and far. Since early January, a flurry of activity has been underway to maintain the system that supports over $66 billion in economic activity every year.
And those locks have gates, valves, and there's also movable bridges that go over the waterways, which the Seaway is responsible for maintaining. So what goes in is during the winter, a lot of heavy maintenance, construction maintenance, whether it's on the canal, the locks, repairing the concrete, our bridges, and tall gates that are 80 feet high.
Meanwhile, the harbor master at the Hamilton-Oshawa Port Authority explaining different equipment must be ready to go for different types of cargo.
So if we have liquid cargo, how are they discharging that vessel, or how are they loading? How are they hooking up? So it could be pipelines that they're making sure are ready to be in service. If it is a bulk commodity, we have cranes lifting steel out of vessels.
She adds while the first arrival is still on the way, a couple of ships have already left. Over the past couple of weeks, a big focus on gauging and being ready for the incoming traffic.
Trying to figure out what kind of traffic we're seeing for the 2025 opening. So we have seen a lot of vessels coming in, a lot of grain vessels.
In a written statement to City News, Ports Toronto saying in part, this year there are 2 ships racing to be the first to the Port of Toronto, each carrying thousands of metric tons of sugar from South America that will supply our regional food and beverage industry. Now, there is one issue hovering just around the corner. Vessels that pass through the locks pay a toll to use them, financing the operations of the Seaway. Meanwhile, the infrastructure itself belongs to the federal government, which invests in the heavy construction. So if those U.S. tariffs hit, is the Seaway well positioned to ride that out?
We are dependent on bulk moving through the system. So if there's any disturbance to that, it would impact us. But, we've weathered these storms before.
On the Welland Canal in Thorold, David Zura, City News.